Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of potential trade rumors that's been going around. But before I get into that, if you guys are Bulls fans and you guys always watch my videos, please subscribe. I know 70% of you guys watching this video aren't subscribed. I'm trying to hit 10K soon. Also, join my Chicago Bulls group chat. It's going to be the first link below. And whenever I hit 10K, if you're in that group chat, you're going to be entered into a raffle to win a possible jersey of your choice. So definitely join my group chat and subscribe to the channel. Let's just jump into all these trade rumors that's been going around. And this first rumor, or a potential trade I'd call it, it's been going around. I saw it all over Twitter, and I seen a few guys in the comments saying I should talk about it and make a video on it. And it's kind of a weird trade, I'm just going to be honest. You know, it's a trade rumor surrounding Demar Derozan. Of course, a lot of people around the league have been saying that the Spurs are going to blow it up and finally go into their rebuild. I mean, they've been a great team for 20 seasons now, making the playoffs every year. And this potential trade isn't bad. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, Demar Derozan, I'd say he's a solid star in this league. He's not a great star or nothing. I'd just say he's okay. I mean, he's better than average, but nothing crazy. And this potential trade would be the Chicago Bulls getting Demar Derozan from San Antonio, and the Bulls would give them Otto Porter Jr. and a 2021 second-round pick. You know, I'm going to be honest, the only thing that we're getting out of this is just a one-year rental deal on Demar Derozan because he'll be an unrestricted free agent next offseason. And that's the same with the Spurs. You know, they'd be getting Otto Porter Jr., assuming he picks up his player option, which most people expect him to. It's $29 million or something crazy like that. So it's pretty much just a flip-flop of two players on one-year contracts, with the Spurs just getting an extra second round in return. You know, I wouldn't blame the Spurs for doing this, but I feel I'm going to be honest, I feel they could get a little bit more for DeMar DeRozan, even though it's a one-year rental. And like I said, DeMar DeRozan is better than the average NBA player. I'd say he's a lower tier star, but I wouldn't do this trade. I definitely let me know if you guys would, or any questions or comments about this potential trade. I wouldn't, just because we already got Zach LaVine, and this new era in offense is all about three-point shooting and spacing the floor, especially with Lauri Markkanen. I just don't really see the point with the Bulls possibly trading for DeMar DeRozan. Yeah, he's a star, and I'm sure he'd help us get a few wins, but he's not going to do nothing. He's not going to carry us in the playoffs or nothing. He's not that great. And I feel he just would destroy our floor spacing, because DeMar DeRozan's not a three-point shooter. And I feel this just isn't a good trade in my eyes. I wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't say Otto Porter Jr. is a better player, but I do believe he fits better with us than DeMar DeRozan possibly would. So in my eyes, I just wouldn't do this trade. Definitely leave any comments or questions below about this. And the next trade rumor that's been going around is, of course, about Bradley Beal. You know, ever since the Bulls hired Billy Donovan, Bradley Beal was really happy for Billy Donovan and the Chicago Bulls, saying that he's one of the best coaches he's ever had and he loves him, and the Bulls are getting a great coach in him. And ever since then, there's been a lot of people and Bulls fans, just many reporters saying the Bulls should trade for Bradley Beal. And I'm going to be honest, I feel a Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine backcourt would be pretty deadly, but at the same time, I don't really want to trade any future draft picks or young players for Bradley Beal, especially because I'm pretty sure he's under contract for 2 more seasons. I see some people saying they should sign, we should sign him this free agency, which it's just not a thing. I'm pretty sure he's still under his contract. And Bradley Beal, I'd say he's a better star in this league, but at the same time, he's on Washington. You know, he's putting up pretty good numbers on a bad team. I just really don't see his fit with us. Yeah, I'm sure he'd help us win a lot more games, but at this end of the day, he's not going to win us a championship. So I'd rather just keep our young core intact. I mean, maybe if the deal's right, I'd trade for Bradley Beal. You know, if we could get him for maybe I don't know, Lauri Markkanen and maybe a future first for Bradley Beal, I'd do that. But at the same time, I don't really see him leading us to a championship or nothing. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this potential trade or rumor below also. And the next rumor I'm going to get into is Victor Oladipo. There's been a lot of rumors about him leaving Indiana this offseason, and I do see a few of you guys saying the Bulls should pursue him. I'm going to be honest, I would stay 100% away from him. Honestly, even when Victor Oladipo was healthy, I believe he was nothing crazy. I mean, especially in Indiana, you know, he had to do it all. And I feel like those years really took a toll on him already. And ever since like he broke his leg or whatever, ever since his injury, he just hasn't looked the same, or like he just hasn't looked focused on the basketball court. He just looked messy. And especially to add on to that, like I said, we wouldn't even have to trade for him. He's a free agent this offseason. And there's rumors saying that he wants to leave Indiana. And I saw he was on Instagram Live saying that all he cares about is winning championships. So he signed that off. Chicago's, I'd say still a few years away from winning a championship. So that's never going to happen, and I honestly wouldn't take him. He's going to want a lot of money this offseason, and the Bulls aren't going to have money when Otto Porter Jr. accepts his player option. I could see like the Heat overpaying Victor Oladipo or something like that. I'm not really high on Victor, honestly, especially because we already got Zach LaVine. I feel like he's honestly already better than Victor. I mean, Victor's obviously a better defender, but I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of Victor, especially because his injury, he just hasn't looked the same, and he's going to want a lot of money this offseason, so I don't see that happening. Definitely comment and leave any questions about that as well. And this final potential trade rumor is surrounding Chris Paul. This is the one that I'm really high on. Of course, last year, Chris Paul and Billy Donovan had a great season with OKC, and it's looking like OKC is going to blow it up and just pretty much trade all their veterans like CP3 and then Steven Adams to just let their young guys play, because they have so many like future first round picks for the next like 7 years or something. They had some huge trades for Paul George. I still can't believe they got that much for him and he played that bad in the bubble. If I'm OKC, I'd take just like a future first round pick for Chris Paul. Even though he had a great season, his contract is still pretty bad and he's still pretty old, but I know Billy Donovan loves him, so it makes a lot of sense. And Coby White and Wendell Carter Jr. are great friends with CP3. They're pretty much family, He's like their mentor. He trained them and went to like their events and stuff. So they're all good friends. So his chemistry with the Bulls would already be good in Billy Donovan. The only thing that sucks is he's getting up there in age and his contract's pretty big. So if the Bulls could trade like Otto Porter Jr., Thaddeus Young, and a future first round pick for Chris Paul, I'd do that in a heartbeat. He would easily bring the best out of our players and team. He already has chemistry with our coach and some of our young guys. The Bulls would definitely be in the playoffs with Chris Paul. If you guys just saw any OKC games, they had like the best like 5-man unit on the floor like throughout this whole season, like the whole ranking. Chris Paul just makes all of his teammates better, and the Bulls need a good veteran to help them out and make the playoffs. So this is the only like potential trade rumor that I'm down to do. If the Bulls could get CP3, that'd be amazing. The only thing that would suck is, of course, like I said, Chris Paul has a huge contract, so next offseason we'd only have like one max contract instead of two. But Chris Paul is still a superstar in this league. A lot of people have been doubting him, so I mean, I would do that. Otto Porter Jr., Thad Young, and a future first for him. Definitely comment below or let me know what you guys think about any of these trade rumors, or who you guys want the Bulls to trade for, or do anything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick video. I'm going to have videos out all this week about other Bulls news and training camp. Stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.